Hello everyone, welcome back to Adhyaya Hub. Let's see the current affairs for today's. Uh, so this is about the speech that has been said by our PM in Red Fort and also by our CM in Manekshaw Parade ground. So we are going to see what are the things that has been discussed in the speech in perspective of nation by PM and in perspective of CM according to the state. Okay. So the theme for this year's Independence Day is based on two major aspects, which include 150 years of Vande Mataram and Yuva Shakti for Viksit Bharat at 2047. These themes pay tribute to the national song and highlight the role of Indian youth in science, innovation, and entrepreneurship that would contribute to a developed India in 2047. During the speech, PM launched Saptadhara, 7 streams. It is a roadmap to make India a developed nation by 2047. So the 7 streams are manufacturing. India should make complete products, not just parts, focus on the quality. Agriculture, push farm exports and food processing and should also promote chemical free farming. Technology, big focus on AI, space, robotics. India should lead in new tech, not just use it. Gati Shakti, better roads, rail, ports, airports, fast connectivity everywhere. Defense or Raksha Shakti, make own weapons or drones less dependent on other countries. Um, Green and blue economy, renewable energy, green jobs plus use of India's coastline or oceans. Soft power, promote yoga, films, tourism, culture to boost India's global image. That means through yoga, films, tourism, culture, we are going to influence the globe. That is called as soft power, launching the soft power. So through these 7 streams, we are going to make India a developed nation by 2047. If we see some key facts and figures comparing since 2014, uh, in accordance to economy and poverty, 25 crore people have moved out of poverty, and more than 20 lakh crore people have increased in bioeconomy, and via the Swamitwa scheme, 3.25 crore families has been benefited, 140 lakh crore assets has been unlocked. Then there is by using the digital transactions, there is an increase in the digital transactions to 100-fold. That is, we are using the UPI, like many people are using UPI, and these digital transactions have been increased 100-fold, means 100 times more. If you see the manufacturing and industry, defense production has been increased 4 times. Khadi and village industries has been increased 5 times. Electronics manufacturing has been increased 7 times. Railway coaches has been increased 21 times. Mobile phone production has been increased 35 times. And defense export has been increased 50 times, which is reaching 100 countries. Then electric vehicles, it is sold from 1.5 lakh in 2010 to 25 lakh vehicles have been sold. If you see in the energy sector, solar capacity from 2 gigawatts, we are coming to 160 gigawatts, and we have a nuclear target of 100 gigawatts by 2047. That is via the Shanti Act. 5 new reactors to be established this decade. Fast breeder reactor technology is being mastered by us. Then PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana, 50 lakh plus households has been benefited by this scheme. And the piped gas, which was early available in 70 cities, has been reached to 700 cities. From 20 to 22 lakh households in earlier days to 1.7 crore households are using the piped gas. If you see the infrastructure sector, railway electrification has been, which was in 30%, 30% has been increased in just 10 years. And a first hydrogen powered train, which is longest and most powerful globally, has been is being introduced, and 3 plants of semiconductors has been initiated. 5 to 8 more has been planned in 7 to 8 years. If you see in social welfare sector, social security cover 25 from 25 crore to 100 crore in 1 decade. The social security cover has been established, or has been announced. Then under Ayushman Bharat, free treatment up to 5 lakh for 70 plus citizens, that is the citizens above the age of 70, has been is being given. Then via Lakpati Didi, target of 3 crore has been achieved. Now it has been revised to 6 crore. Tap water connections has been grown like 15 times faster. Gas connections has been grown six times faster. Toilets has been constructed 4 times faster. Um, Houses has been also constructed 3 times than which was targeted. Education and innovation, more than 650 plus universities has been started. The medical seats has been increased to 850. They had started a national education policy after 35 years. Then 10,000 plus Atal tinkering labs have been started. 2.5 lakh plus registered startups has been started, and 1 lakh crore was announced for innovation fund. If you see in the security sector, Naxal Maoist insurgency, in 4 decades, 3,500 plus security personnel has been martyred, and we are declaring our state to Naxal free. We are moving towards that Naxal free status. And he also announced a civil defense network, which is a modern system or technology for citizens. Some new announcements was 1 crore youth to be trained in AI skills over next year, civil defense network for modern warfare preparedness, national critical minerals mission. That means a critical minerals corridor will be introduced. Budget announcement is there for that soon. Talent hunt campaign for sports across villages, cities, and schools. Free online coaching network for competitive exams using DPI. Women's reservation, he had appealed to political parties for 33% representation in assemblies or Lok Sabha. Fortune 500 goal, 50 Indian companies within a decade. So Fortune 500 means it is a magazine, okay? It is an annual list compiled and published by Fortune magazine that ranks the 500 largest total annual revenue yielding companies. So PM announced that at least 50 Indian companies should come in this magazine. That means they should yield such large total revenue. Banking and pharma ambition. He aims that Indian bank and Indian pharma firms should be among the top 5. And made in India C-295 defense transport aircraft, and census public participation is being appealed for census. And we are going to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games, 2036 Olympics. We are going to host 2030 Commonwealth Games, that is fixed, but 2036 Olympics, we are a strong contender. It is not fixed yet. We are aspiring to be a host. And he also told that India has to become drug free, that is Nasha Mukt Bharat, and it is all our responsibility to bring India into a developed nation within 2047, and our cooperation is necessary. So this is all about the speech by PM. A speech was then done by our CM in Field Marshal Manekshaw Parade Ground in Bengaluru. The theme was Yuva Karnataka Nava Bharat. So Karnataka aims by 2047 to grow the state economy to $3 trillion, as the state contributes 9% to national GDP despite having only 5% of India's population. So his announcements are as follows. So he announced Employment Sankalpa Yojana, where he aims to fill 72,000 vacant government posts across departments within 6 months. Yuva Udyoga Setu, a platform connecting young job seekers directly with private companies. Udyoga Nadi, companies gets 2,500 per month per new employee as incentive to hire. Overall target is to create 1 lakh new jobs, scaling up to 10 lakhs through these schemes. Then in education sector, if you see, AI Akshara Abhiyana plus coding Gurukula has been introduced from class 6 in all schools. Then India's first government owned AI university to be set up in Bengaluru. Reservation for government school students. Students from government schools get quota in professional course admissions, especially for the rural quota people. If you see industry and regional development, the Doddaballapura investment, so a 20,000 crore investment has been committed in Doddaballapura, which is expected to create 1 lakh jobs. And global technology centers, so under the LEAP program, the tech hubs is planned beyond Bengaluru. So in Kalburgi, Belagavi, Hubballi, Dharwad, Mangalore and Mysore to spread IT growth beyond Bengaluru. In agriculture sector, he announced CM Raita Chaitanya Yojane. Drones and satellites will be used for real-time crop monitoring and survey. And Raita Mitra, it is a scheme where 50% rental subsidy on farm equipment for small scale farmers will be given. In water security sector, 112 reservoir projects has been approved worth 16,000 crore to secure irrigation and drinking water. And he reaffirmed commitment for drinking water and farmer needs via the Mekidatu project. Officials has been directed to refill lakes and tanks. And Upper Krishna project of phase 1, it is completed, and improving irrigation has been seen in North Karnataka. If you see social welfare, for SC and ST welfare, 44,631 crore has been allocated, and for backward classes, around 4,000 crore has been allocated. The maternal mortality rate has been reduced to 60.19%, and cervical cancer vaccination has been rolled out for adolescent girls. So one notable thing which may not be asked in exams, but one notable thing is that CM used the teleprompter for the first time during his Independence Day speech. The next article is about the semiconductors. PM said the world cannot function without chips, and it is obvious nowadays. It has become chip dependent market because in electronics, in medical devices, in transport, everywhere we can see these chips being used. So we have to so therefore for India, self-reliance has become critical. We have already planted 3 semiconductor plants. There will be 5 to 8 more planned in the next 7 to 8 years. So this is a part of India's push towards Atmanirbhar Bharat in electronics. India aims, the one that we saw in the earlier article also, government wants 1 to 2 Indian pharmaceutical companies to rank among the world's top 5 drug makers. And government also aspires for an Indian bank to be among the world's top 5 bank globally, and then target of 50 Indian companies in the Fortune 500 list within next 10 years. If you see under Innovation Fund for Startups, 1 lakh crore Innovation Fund has been announced to support growth of startups and encourage youth-led innovation. India already has 2.5 lakh plus registered startups, and this fund aims to scale that further. In the fertilizer sector, if you see, India is giving subsidies to farmers in fertilizers. So globally, urea costs rupees 3,000 per bag, but Indian farmers are getting it for 3,000 rupees. Then diammonium phosphate, globally it is 5,000 rupees per bag, but Indian farmers are getting it for 1,350. Other growth indicators which you can see is defense production, it grew nearly 4 times in 12 years. Electronics manufacturing, it grew nearly 7 times. Solar capacity jumped from 2 gigawatts to 160 gigawatts, and now it is targeting to have 500 gigawatts by 2030. When I say it, everything refers to the state, the government. Then piped gas coverage, it expanded from 70 cities to 700 cities, reaching 1.75 crore households. And after approximately 90 years or 4 decades of Naxal violence, PM claimed the movement has been largely neutralized. Naxal affected regions are now moving towards development led integration. The last article is about the earthquake that occurred in Indonesia. So, a magnitude of 7.7 earthquake struck off the coast of Flores Island in Indonesia. Indonesia lies in Ring of Fire location. Um, which is an arc of tectonic plate boundaries with intense volcanic or seismic activity. Ring of fire, you can see Indonesia is here, and this is the ring of fire. So Indonesia is here. So it is under this ring. So it is bound to have some intense volcanic or seismic activities. Earthquake means it is a sudden release of energy in Earth's crust, creating seismic waves, usually caused by movement along the fault lines. Fault lines means cracks in the Earth's surface due to the plates, the tectonic plates movement. Focus versus epicenter. Focus, which is also called as hypocenter, it is that point inside the Earth where rupture starts. Epicenter is a point directly above it on the surface. So the magnitude and the energy released during the seismic activity is measured by Richter scale, and Mercalli scale is used to measure the intensity and the damage. So this is about the today's current affairs.